Hello. Hello, welcome back. I am JPArquebus, but you can call me Jack. My pronouns are he, him, and today we are once again playing Starfield. Just be continuing from our last game. Turn down the volume a bit. The last we left off, I was just about to head into like a scrap, an abandoned fuel station or something like that, whatever this is, this place here. We're gonna go in here, have a look about. Still on Crete, the first sort of proper world slash location. We already dealt with the Crimson Captain that we had to do, but I'm just, finishing up this world, or moon, I think it is rather, because that's what I like to do, and do. There's a pirate. Well, let's do the tried and true, they shoot first, then obliterate them. Is pretty much how I've gone about this game so far. And, yeah, we'll see what happens, eh? Yeah, I'm stuck. Fucking hell. Alright. Where are these peoples? Ooh. This is nice. Is this gonna be like some research lab or something? Oh, crap. Keep forgetting that, I have shit all for ammo apart from the laser stuff. Okay. Well, there's a ton of people around here, telling from what the map shows. Or the compass, rather. But, anyway. Trying to reacquaint myself with the controls. And I'm nearly dead. Wow, not paying attention to my health at all, am I? Anyway. Let's kill everyone so that we can loot in peace. That's the usual strategy, innit? Of playing these games. Nearly dead again. I should probably be more careful, shouldn't I? Maybe I'll switch to the longer range Equinox for this bit. Even though it's got a worse reticle or whatever you call it. It's better at long range. Oh, there's a turret there. Wow, that's probably what's messing me up so much. Fantastic. There we go. This reminds me of we played Fallout 3. Those big satellites that were on the edge of the map that had loads of bandits in them. And Enclave people, I think, at one point. Yeah, the big satellite here, type looking thing. I think they were called arrays in that game, but anyway. Here we can finish off these pirates. Love how much you can jump in this game, being like low gravity and stuff on this moon. Can we get in there? Oh, I'm falling. Oh, crap. I might as well check that out, see what that is. A contusion. I think I've got something for that in the old inventory. Let's do that real quick. There we go. Bandages. Contusions cured. That was easy, wasn't it? Oh, they've got robots in here. Ooh! Is that like a dog? Is that a wolf? But with a big gun on it. I'm out of ammo for this as well now. Alright, onto the backup. which I realise I don't have. I must have given it to Vasco, the robot friend that we have. Idiot. The shortcut for health, 0, is so far away. It's a bit annoying. There we go. Nothing like punching a robot dog in the face, eh? But, guess we'll get to the looting a bit earlier than waiting for everyone to die, because I need some ammo. Maybe I'll be able to find Vasco and get my backup gun back. Expert lock on there. So I guess they've taken the route of, rather than you can do unlock like every lock, they've gone for the approach of you have to be a certain level before you can start unlocking everything. Which, you know, unexpected, but not really that big of a problem, I suppose. Let's see, there we go, the cutter. That's what I'm looking for. Right, let's get that equipped. Backup weapon, as I say, because it recharges its bullets, or lasers or whatever it has, even though it's not very great when it comes to the range. It's proven useful so far. Killed a Terramorph with it earlier. Which, judging from the what they called computer entries, that's it, from a little while ago, Terramorphs are supposed to be bad news, but we did the old sit on a rock and shoot it strategy. Anyway. Yeah, this has got to be like some sort of abandoned research station or whatever. But I think once we've cleared this out, there might only be 1 or 2 locations left to discover on this moon. Then we'll finally be heading off. The constellation people or whatever. There we are. Piece of piss. Honestly, I don't know what to take and what not to take now, because I think they're going for the whole Fallout 4 thing where everything, like a lot of stuff is just junk, like shit that you can pick up and then decompose, or whatever it's called, deconstruct down into bits so you can build outposts on that. And to be honest, I'm not really interested in that, at least at this point, especially since they've given us pretty crappy inventory limit. So it's like, what's the point of picking all the shit up when you've only got a tiny little bit of space to carry it all, even with, you know, a friend like Vasco here. So I think I won't bother about resource collecting and all that until later in the game, if it actually comes up as like a need for a mission or something. You see, running while encumbered will reduce oxygen already encumbered. Let's just quickly swap a load of stuff that I don't need. I mean, resources, you know, some of them I want to keep, like for like medical stuff, because that seems to be the most useful things to craft, at least at where I am at this point. Because when I first started playing, I had lung damage or whatever for ages, because there was like a sandstorm going on. I couldn't find like anything that cured it. I could make it, but then I didn't have the required components, so you know. there's going to be a lot of trial and error when it comes to what I should be picking up and what I should be leaving.
We should be free of how may I be of service?
I'll give him a few of these weapons here. I want to try that, to be honest. It's a shotgun, I suppose. Ooh, yeah. Do like me a nice shotgun. Well, this looks like the like a slightly more blocky version of the Doom 2016 double-barreled shotgun. Now that was a fun game. Published by Bethesda, but not made by them. Made by ID, I think. id. I don't know, do you call it ID or do you call it id? I'm not sure. I mean, not the best for damage, but still fun to use, I suppose, like all shotguns are. Ooh! That was pretty good there. Anyways. I'm still encumbered, apparently. For sake. Well, let's see if we can eat or slash drink some health items. That's another good way to get rid of encumbrance, isn't it? Just eat a bunch of stuff. Well, that's how it worked in real life. Get lighter the more you eat. Okay. I think all the baddies are taken out. Now I just need to find my way back to the roof. I'm pretty sure I saw a couple of safes or chests, or whatever they want to call them, up there. So I'm gonna go have a look. Have to look at to loot. Here we go. I like how heavy the footsteps sound on, well, certain areas anyway. I quite like that in games when your character has like sort of heft to them.
I do not understand your attachment to all these objects.
What objects did you say, mate? Oh, that's pretty good. More airborne stuff. That's really what I had the most problem with is earlier, so that'll be nice. Anyway, onwards and upwards. I think that's it for this place. Oh yeah, that's right, there's still some flora as well that I want to try and find through this whole survey thing. We'll take a look at the map to see where we are. Oh, so I think we have gotten pretty much everything around here. But there is that one still thing that haunts me. Bit dramatic, but that bloody robot place that. See if we can see it on the map. This place here. It's still a bit that I can't seem to access, and I want to have one last go trying to do that, as in do access it. That seems to be one of the few places that had a bit of character. Found some notes on that talking about how somebody locked themselves up at the very top and sent all the robots to kill everyone else. And I want to see what happens. I want to see if they, you know, if they left a note saying why they did it, or if they're still up there. That reminds me of like all the what would happen in a vault in Fallout. Seeing as this is a Bethesda game. Got a nice bit of rain. Do like me some rain in video games. See if we can find our way up there this time. Up this big hill here. Just like in Skyrim and that, when you run up the big hills. There we go. That's part of the way at least. Let's see if we can make it all the way. Shit. That is a bit of smoother ground. And there's that sheer bit here that we might not be able to get up then. Excuse me. Bit of a hiccup there as well, excuse me. Rightio then. Doesn't look like we can go up here unless there's a way around here that I missed before, but I don't think there is. Well, as I say... Whoops. What did I do there? Whatever it was, I didn't mean to do it. But, see what happens if... fast travel. Maybe that'll put us in a better position. Here we go, let's see if, I know there's an elevator that the first time I played wouldn't open, and the second time I played it did open, but then I couldn't activate anything. So maybe third time's the charm and it'll actually work as intended, maybe. Turret's back online. Let's have a look, see if I can do anything in here. There's some kind of sound, right? Or was that just me? Sod it. Maybe far on the future we'll come back here and try and figure it out. I might as well deal with this turret. Anyway. Not gonna bother walking our way all the way to the ship. Which I will just say isn't the ship that we came in on. Barrett's ship, whatever it's called. Because we found a ship and then took it over from some Varun people, and then don't know exactly what I did, but but then the game told me that was now my home ship, so guess don't know what's going to happen when we arrive at the Constellation place, wherever it is, with a different ship. Hearing some lasers going off. Maybe there are some more robots in here to fight. So, you know, might as well. I'll at least drop like some laser ammo. There we go. Nice and easy. Security camera. Why is that like highlighted as an enemy? Keep trying to press C to crouch when it's control. There we go.
Catastrophic damage.
Lovely. It's like, what's the point of these? I don't think these were coming up the last time I was here. Maybe that has something to do with trying to get up the place. Maybe it's like he's looking in on us, that Callum person. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know. I think that's it for all the enemies, so now we'll be able to fast travel our way out of here. And just for old time's sake, have one last check of the elevator. Guess I don't want to get up there, don't I? But no, unfortunately not. Crap. Okay. Fast travel. Back to the ship. Guess we'll take off. Now again, it's a shame that we can't actually fly the ship out of atmosphere ourselves and it has to go to a cutscene. That would have been cool. Anyway, here we are. Right, how do you want me to do the grav jump then, Kane? Oh. Don't know what I did there, but apparently we're going. Alpha Centauri.
DUC space. Maintain your current course while we scan your ship's cargo. Scan complete. No contraband detected. You are cleared for landing at New Atlantis.
New Atlantis. Hold on a minute, what we're doing. There we go. Bit of bother to line that up, innit? Right, we're back on track with the main story, whatever it is we're doing. There we go, eh? Typical Bethesda fashion. Bloody hell, mate, you silly sod, eh? This looks nice, doesn't it? Nice and sunny, compared to the dark, dreary moon of Crete. This guy is talking.
And he's your new captain. My crew can take a look at your ship, and you can stop by the Trade Authority kiosk if you need to offload some cargo.
My ship needs some
Looks
repairs.
to me like you're already in pretty good shape.
Okay.
The Trade Authority runs a vending kiosk next to my booth. It's just off to the side, near the ramp. Besides that, Jemison Mercantile is your closest shop if you're looking for a bit of everything. That's further in, past the security checkpoint.
Okay. Where can I go if I need
will
more
try the
crew?
viewport. They'll be on your left once you get into the plaza. Everything looks good here. I'll be at my booth if you need me.
Okay then. This is where we can sell stuff. Hey Vasco.
Captain,
Might as well.
Constellation will be waiting for you at... Am I currently in possession of an item you require?
There's only one person watching, and since you've stuck around this far, probably won't mind if I figure out what I should sell and what I should keep. Keep that. Keep that.
You will
So...
not be able to walk at full speed with your pack that full.
Don't really want to use melee weapons or anything. Go with that for now, might need to do some more later. Spacesuits, backpacks. Wow. Actually didn't realise what that was when I first saw it. Boost pack, oh no. They're both boost packs. Antiseptic chameleon. Ballistic. Still kind of want to keep this one, so I'll sell that. Kind of want to keep this, just because of a cool item type thing. Sell that. Keep all the aid as I usually do. These don't weigh anything, I don't think. If they did, that would be annoying. Let's see. Inorganic. Don't know if inorganic means that it's not used for like what am I on about? If it's I'm gonna say inorganic means that it's not used for pharmaceuticals, I think. So I'll just get rid of anything that's inorganic. Organic, manufacturers. And that's organic, isn't it? Yeah, I'll keep them. Quark degenerative tissues. Even the crafting shit in this game has tier values, I guess. Nearly done, I think. There we go. See what we've got near Digipix. Keep them, obviously, but hopefully we got to check. Yeah, that's good enough for our encumbrance and our inventory capacity. Check, I've got some skill points. Doesn't look like it, so we'll continue on.
I can assure you this unprovoked attack on a United Colonies research facility will not go unanswered.
I just see what people are talking about.
As soon as possible. For you, Bobby, that includes meeting your new foster parent.
My parents aren't dead. They just took a different shuttle. I'll see them when they get here.
Oh, well, of course, that's very possible. We'll just.
Helena Chambers, ID SSCOM 1327.
Very blunt in it.
I was the station administrator. I'll need to report to Mast ASAP for a full debrief. My treatment thus far has been entirely unacceptable.
Any authority you had was forfeit the moment House Varun zealots breached the station's perimeter, and you failed to initiate proper evacuation protocols. Thank you for your service. We'll find you a new position commensurate with your experience. And
Oh, dang.
gosh, let me just say how honored I am to
Demoted immediately, eh?
By all accounts, you're the only reason anyone made it out of there alive.
Well, just glad I still remembered my flight basics. It had been a while. So was shooting a gun.
With me,
Oh, about New Atlantis. So cool.
sitting around,
Is it true the Nat train goes 5,000 miles an hour? Or that citizen
just
gets
button
Christmas
into the
presents?
conversation.
Or that the whole city celebrates when it's your birthday? Mine's June 11th, by the way. My parents took me to a Cuba.
Bloody hell. It was loud, wasn't it?
No, yes, no, and I will certainly mark June 11th on my calendar. As for Aquila City, well, the air purifiers here in New Atlantis are state-of-the-art.
Come on, finish up.
Ugh, Aquila City? Oh, don't even get me started on those simpletons.
Wow.
Fair, don't you think? 3-star Rangers helped me out.
Really isn't very nice, is she, this Helena?
Got ambushed by spacers near Narion. They assisted, no questions asked. Even helped with some repairs so I could do an emergency jump home. Good people.
In any event, you all must be exhausted. Just give me a moment.
So what we've learned, that Helena
Do I need to call security?
let a bunch of people at a station die because she didn't evacuate them properly. Then she came in here all high and mighty, demanding this and that from this woman here, and got demoted. And then she's saying, oh, those people at whatever place they were on about Aquila, they're all fools. Well, not a very nice person, I guess. You know, a lot of people in Bethesda games are arseholes. They still expect you to do quests for them. At least that's the case in like Skyrim and that.
You will be scanned as you enter the city, so please keep moving. Okay, no bounty. You're clear. Enjoy your
I will say this is a lot better than like Fallout and Skyrim and Oblivion and that, this city. Because it actually has a shitload of people in it for one. In all the other games, every settlement just felt empty. But now, since there's all these people there, it's like, who do I talk to for quests, you know? There's like citizen, citizen, citizen. Not like, oh look, it's old Al Johnson sweeping the streets. I bet he's got a quest for us. Now it's like all these random people. Who knows who has a quest and who doesn't, you know? But anyway, enough nattering. Let's get to the main quest. The mast. Alrighty then. On the sci-fi train. Wonder if there's going to be any talking amongst these groups of people that we can eavesdrop on.
One day, I'm gonna leave New Atlantis for good.
Good for you. How's it going?
Oh, hi there. I'm doing great. How about you?
Just dandy.
Glad to hear it.
I'm doing terrible actually.
That's good, isn't it? I've been trying to save up enough money so that I can go explore the settled systems with my boyfriend, Tony. I think we're finally getting close. Tony,
Why do you want to leave?
Places out there. I love my job, but there has to be more to life than just being a janitor in New Atlantis. What about you? Have you gone on any adventures?
I mean, I guess it's like, choose the backstory that you want.
Amazing. I'm so
Since the
jealous.
game hasn't given us anything yet.
One day you'll have to tell me and Tony all about them, okay?
Anything you recommend?
Well, that depends. Are you a foodie or a shopper?
Shopper.
You should check out the commercial district. There's some cool shops there. And if you want a whole new look, there's even an enhance.
Alright, what's that?
Really? Well, I guess you're right. I'm feeling a bit run down. I really love my job, but it's hard work and long hours. I could definitely use a Terracino from Terra Brew right now.
I can get you a coffee, I
So
suppose.
sweet. I really appreciate it.
Whoops.
See you around.
Alright, we now have a new mission. Screw the main quest, we have to get this woman a coffee. Let's see if we can put our considerable skills in weapon handling and facing around to get this woman her dang coffee. Jeez. Like the whole getting tired thing that does to your screen and the sound of some bird of prey
A United Colonies city.
made me feel like I was getting attacked
Is
by
an
something.
entirely neutral entity, and always has been.
Yeah, so I guess there's going to be a bunch of potential factions that we can join.
The lodge. The front
It's
door
not-
can unlock if you hold up the watch.
I thought we were supposed to get the dang coffee. How do we do that? Missions. Activities. There we go, show on map. Set course. There we go.
That Barrett gave you. I have messaged the other members of Constellation. They will be waiting
Still
for
not
us
showing up.
inside.
Well, if you're not going to tell me how to get the coffee, then how am I supposed to get it? Well, I hope you're enjoying this, because I guess there's going to be now a bunch of time wasted trying to find the coffee shop. Commercial districts. Seems like a good place to go as any. What's this then? Some sort of memorial?
Space is a memorial to those lost during the colony war. Your consideration is requested.
Okay. Onwards then.
Keep your nose clean. Last thing I want.
You just jump in the water. A frog. What? You can't even step on the lily pads? That's a load of bollocks. Anyway. There's news.
Check. Rifle already stowed.
Outland. It's going to be like a... Okay, it's either a clothes shop or like a supermarket.
I feel underdressed.
Place your bets, clothes or supermarket.
You're only as safe as your equipment out there.
Wait, what?
Welcome to Outland. We deal in only the finest, most reliable gear for whatever.
It's
adventures
technically
may
clothing,
await.
but I thought it would be
All our
like
products come highly
a
recommended
big
by
clothing
individuals
shop
who
that
have
you could look
devoted
through
their
rather than
lives to
just
distant travel. And
this
while
bloke.
I've never needed them myself, I stand by everything we offer.
Yeah, that's not very
As I've said, I
reassuring.
wouldn't sell anything that hasn't been recommended by frequent travelers. And of course, if they're frequent, that means their equipment is working.
I've never really been to
Goodness,
space.
no, I just couldn't. You're out there millions of miles away from anything, and if something goes wrong, I can't stomach the thought. I prefer solid ground under my feet at all times. And preferably a hot, fresh coffee within reach. Can't get those in space either.
Where can you get them? I'd like to see one, please.
I do.
Got to give it
This
to a
line of
woman.
work, it's essential, don't you think? Not seeing people come back would not only suggest that they're not satisfied with our business, but that whatever they purchased had failed, leaving them unable to return. I would not be able to sleep at night if I thought that were the case. Please do.
Might as
I
well
hope
see
we
what
have
he's
something
got,
that suits you.
even if it's just,
Get
what was that smile? I guess he's just got a bunch of space-looking stuff. I'm not interested, I'm afraid, my friend.
Be careful out there.
Alright, back to it. Okay. Oops, once again.
Wow, you look completely different.
It's me.
I mean, you look great, but isn't it going to confuse him? He won't even recognize you.
I'll be mysterious.
Zoe, you are one in a million.
Maybe for our third date, I'll be a redhead. Oh, I like your nose. I have to remember it. And Hans is my favorite place in the galaxy.
I wonder what
Oh.
she looks like for real. Does she even know?
So I guess that's like you can change your appearance type thing. It's alright, innit? Maybe I should give up on trying to find a coffee for that woman. Commercial district, location discovered.
We're hiring if you're interested. Ask in the security office.
What you got in there, fella? Aha!
Hello there.
Finally.
As you can see, traffic
Is that you talking? George St. George.
Yes, and the sales in the fest didn't dip at all when the second store opened.
Impressive.
Times change, but one thing's constant.
People need coffee, I suppose.
I need to report back, but this is very encouraging.
Thanks for choosing Terra Brew. What can I get? Hi there. Welcome to Terra Brew. How can I help you?
What's your favourite
Corporate
thing, eh?
policy requires me to state that everything Terra Brew offers is my favorite.
Like to place
Sure.
an order.
Please take your time.
Hey, what does she want? Does she want just a cappuccino? Maybe I should... maybe I should have checked. We'll buy the cappuccino and see if she likes that. But you know, I'm all about helping the little folk, you know? Working class. Because without them, without people working, and all the people living it up in the high offices and that, they won't be able to do what they're doing, will they? Well, that sort of thing. Okay, apparently I have to apply for a job now. Didn't expect to be job hunting in a sci-fi game like this, but I guess that's life, innit? You always got to have something to do. Hello there.
I have a feeling today's going to be a great day. Don't you agree?
Sure.
Oh, thank you so much. Soon I'll be coursing with bountiful energy. I'll be the most enthusiastic janitor in New Atlantis.
Good for you.
Here, take this. I found it while I was cleaning. I figured you might find a use for it. Thanks again. I really appreciate it.
Wow.
Take care of yourself.
Of course, don't put that in lost and found. Give it to some random person who bought you a coffee. No, it's only 400 credits. You see? This isn't how elevators are supposed to work. You're supposed to press this. So I guess why wouldn't it work in That robot place, eh? What's going on there? Some sort of conspiracy against me. This game apparently doesn't want to let me have fun by going up big towers.
I wonder if I'll miss you.
Hope everything's going well for you, person who's watching. Hope everything's on the streams going well. Everything's looking good, sounding good. I figured out how to have my fan on without it getting picked up on the microphone. This last time it got really bloody hot. So hopefully today I'll be able to stream for a bit longer. Right, finally. On to the main quest. Enough fannying about. Ugh, gotta ding off the old Apple Watch.
Captain Dave, everyone will be in the library, just inside. If Barrett were here, he'd probably tell you that you're part of something bigger now, and he hopes you'll make this place your home.
Excuse me.
Easiest bet I'll ever win. You really think what I'm saying is outlandish? All the phenomena we see out in the stars, and what I'm saying is the most impossible theory?
You two keep going on like this, and I'm banning wages.
We appear to have a visitor.
Hello.
Welcome to Constellation. We have a lot to talk about. Would you care to tell us what happened to our friend? Why you're here and
He looks a bit like, that one actress. Vera Farmiga? That's her last name? I don't know. Well, she does a little bit anyway. Maybe she doesn't actually.
All statements made have been factual.
This is just typical. Barrett hands over our ship and our robot to some random employee of that discount mining outfit he uses.
Walter.
And if we hadn't insisted on installing those emergency protocols, I guarantee you this rock breaker here would be halfway to Neon.
But that didn't happen. He's here.
What's Neon then?
Artifact.
Thank you, Matteo. Now, let's focus on
From
what's in front of
context,
us,
I expect
shall we?
going to Neon is a
What
bad
happened
thing.
when it was
So.
extracted? Did anyone see anything? Hear anything?
Yes, love. I had some mad vision in it.
Interesting. Similar to Barrett's description of the experience, with less embellishment.
Are you hearing this? Do you all believe me now?
Whether it happened or not wasn't in doubt. But honestly, Cadre, if you expect us to believe in fairy tales...
If this is the greatest mystery in the universe, why couldn't it be part of the ultimate mystery?
What are they talking about?
Gentlemen, can we please focus? Noel, I think it's time we tested your theory.
Right. Let's see.
So I guess that's what this game is going to be about then, trying to find the secret of the universe or whatever.
Move when they're in close contact. Now, if we add this new one to the two we already have...
Guess with some special organization.
You could place it on the table here.
Trying to save the universe or whatever. The way they just plopped down. That was funny.
We thought there were only two of them at first.
Oh my god, that's it. They're reacting. Look at how it's coming together. That energy that's arcing between them, no manufactured material in the settled systems can do that. None of them. This proves...
Easy, girl.
Aliens.
You'll have a heart attack.
Is that what she's
It's
saying?
not the only one. If they're coming together, that means there's a set.
Built by an intelligence outside the settled systems.
Still
Yep,
2,000 credits
aliens.
for our little wager, Cadre?
You're on, Walter.
Well, if we had all the answers, it wouldn't be exciting. Now, would it?
Not to take away from the moment, but what are we going to do about our new friend here?
So, are you ready to get to work? See if exploration is the life you want to lead in this
Yeah,
little
now that
universe
I'm
of
looking at
ours?
her a bit more closely, she doesn't so much look like that one actress. What's all this mean? What's
We're all
expected?
here because we're committed to exploring space. Humanity may have settled the stars, but that doesn't mean we should stop diving into the unknown. Beyond that,
The
you'll be
unknown.
expected to use your own judgment.
Space.
Just like
The
the rest of
final
us.
frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship
Individually,
Enterprise.
they're just odd hunks of metal.
with 5-year
Another oddity
mission
from the uncharted reaches of
to
space.
discover new
As
life
to what they are,
and to
what they're
explore the reaches of the universe.
you'll
Something
be
like
part of
that anyway.
solving that puzzle now.
Okay, I'll be honest, I didn't pay attention to that because I was too busy trying to remember the Star Trek thing. But oh well, they're alien stuff, basically,
You should
innit?
take some time to get settled in. Introduce yourself to everyone. Some of our members aren't here, but you'll meet them soon. Come find me when you're ready. You and I are going to be doing some traveling together. Get your feet wet. And here, I think you've earned something for bringing the artifact to us. In addition to credits, why don't we set you up with a backpack with some boost capability? You'll need it out in the field anyway.
Boost.
Just mind your head.
Cool, achievement and all, eh? Level up.
Your father dropped by. He left a note for you. Here.
Look at all the, just have a look around for a moment.
Lately, I find myself spending more and more time here. Business has appealed to me, but this is exciting. Well, I suppose calling you a rock breaker may have been a bit out of line.
I've been called worse.
Still doesn't excuse it. My frustrations lie more with Barrett. Not the first time his shenanigans have jeopardized one of our ventures. Not fair of me to take it out on you, especially since it would seem he made the right call this time. So, let's start over, shall we? Walter Stroud, CEO of Stroud Eklund, member of Constellation, and oft-times grumpy old man.
Indeed.
Welcome aboard.
G'day, mate. Glad to be
By the
here.
way, in addition to a place to stay, the Lodge has a wealth of modification and research equipment. Spacesuit customization, pharmaceutical manufacturing, testing alien substances, the whole thing. You
This
can
is
even
like a
fashion
secret
industrial
club.
pieces for large-scale projects, if you don't mind extracting
Maybe
the
not so
key raw
secret, but
resources
still
from
like a
your
weird
planet,
club.
that is. I'm a fan of self-reliance, so I encourage you to make use of the tools we have to build what you need.
Yeah, well, what if I don't want to, eh? Who are you to boss me around, eh? What kind of company is it?
Ship manufacturing. No expense spared. If you want the best and can afford it, you choose Stroud Eklund. Unfortunately, our success means you'll sometimes see Stroud Eklund ship modules on less than reputable vessels. They covet them. The bastards. I've tried to convince the United Colonies we can help in that regard, but they're married to Deimos Star Yards, and those old salts are stuck in the glory days.
I mean, it'd be better if I knew any of what you was talking about, but since I don't, it's like...
Very recently,
Oh
I'd
yeah,
likely
very
dismissed
interesting,
it
very
as
good, yes, 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 tell me more, yes.
hallucinations. But now, I'm not sure what to think. I don't suppose you have a history of this sort of thing, do you?
Perfectly healthy.
I'll take your word on that. I'm no scientist. I leave that to the likes of Barrett and young Noel there. But I think we can all agree there's something unusual going on here.
Unusual.
Frankly, this is the most exciting thing that's happened in years.
What's your role, eh?
Why, I'm the wallet. Someone has to fund all this, and all my success in business doesn't mean much if I can't put it to good use. I don't pretend to have the daring of Ms. Morgan, or the smarts of young Mateo, but I can make sure that they have the resources they need. And, as you've now seen, those resources aren't being wasted. We're onto something big here. Funny thing about companies, you build one sturdy enough, it doesn't need you there all the time to prop it up.
At least the facial stuff looks
Stroud
alright,
Eklund
doesn't it?
functions quite well on a day-to-day basis, leaving me time to devote to more esoteric pursuits.
Very
Years,
emotive.
I was captivated
Perhaps
by the
overly
writings
so.
of Constellation's founder.
More emotive than my
Sebastian
face, innit,
Banks.
eh?
I finally decided to do something more than admire from a distance, and so now I call the lodge home as much as anywhere else.
Cool.
Goodbye.
Hurrah. Wooden duck. Is there a...
So, Mateo,
Hold on.
swiped any new religious texts?
Or is there not the button to
Very funny, Walter. You know,
grab
Constellation
something and like move it around?
I wasn't born yesterday, you know.
Well, we'll take it anyway.
Have your eye on something.
And you'll see what I'll do with it later.
Okay, fine. I had heard that Buddha's tooth may still exist. I was trying to find out if there's
Buddha's
any truth.
tooth?
Maybe this one will turn out better than the last time. Huh?
Do teeth last long? Like, I know it's probably some sort of artifact or something, but if it's an actual tooth, do teeth last long? I mean, like, people find shark teeth and that, like, that are hundreds of years old or whatever.
This has felt like home. These people are family. I hope it feels that way for you too.
Maybe they do last a long time. Maybe it is the actual
Take note.
tooth
Everyone
of
here
Buddha.
is worth learning.
Ask if you've got questions. Speak up if you have ideas. We're all here for the same reason.
Is that
Are
so?
you doing okay? I'm not sure anyone really asked yet. Don't want you to think we're focused on the artifacts and nothing else. You matter too. You've done something really significant bringing that artifact here. I'm Mateo, theological scholar by trade, but now, well, an explorer like you. It's really good to have you with
Is it
us.
just me, or do the mouth movement of him, and I guess other people in general, seem really over-exaggerated?
Well,
Ooh,
there was
yeah,
some overlap in interests. I'd spent years searching for religious relics from human history. I had made a really incredible discovery, only to lose it to a greedy corporation. So I tried to steal it back. In the process, I met Walter. Turned out he owned the corporation. After a long talk, we realized
tale as old
we
as
had a lot in
time.
common, and I was invited to join Constellation.
What do you make
I'm
of
not
the
gonna
vision?
lie, I really wish I could have seen this for myself. It's hard to judge otherwise. Both you and Barrett saw something. I don't think that's a coincidence. Did it feel like it was trying to tell you something? I don't want to necessarily use the words divine revelation, but you know, if the label fits.
You think this was religious?
Not necessarily, no, but it does kind of have the hallmarks of one, doesn't it? I'm certainly not going to rule it out just yet. Okay, that's all right. Maybe you weren't supposed to. Maybe it'll make sense. We're
Nope,
gonna get to the
whoops.
bottom of this. We just need more data, which means more artifacts.
Yay, treasure hunting in space.
Second one was
Gonna
on
be a
his
real
own,
Indiana
barely the
Jones.
same as the one you found. But the first one,
My character
right
looks
under our
old enough
noses for
anyway.
years, sitting in storage, masquerading as an oversized paperweight. Can you imagine potentially the greatest discovery in human history collecting dust?
I mean, that's what happens, isn't it? People forget about things
care of
or
yourself.
don't realise what they are.
Doubts about Constellation as an investment. But now, well, it's clearly money well spent.
What's this? Mercury camera. What's this thing? Some sort of... Oh, the Vostok program. Some sort of cosmonaut
I know
satellite.
everyone's excited by the artifacts, but we need to be as objective as possible and be aware of possible negative effects.
Can't quite see what's supposed to be written on there. Now let's have a bit more of a look around. Let's go upstairs, eh? Guess these are all people that are part of the society. Bedroom. following is an excerpt from a news report about constellations near collapse. The disappearance of founder Sebastian Banks was a blow most felt. The organisation couldn't survive. Guess there's a bit of internal strife that is happening or has happened, I don't know. An excerpt of Constellation founder Sebastian Banks' stirring 2276 speech to United Colonies leadership about the importance of continued space exploration. That is why, my esteemed peers, I beseech you, do not forego the dreams of humanity, only to plunge civilization into an endless nightmare. The settled systems stands once more on the brink of war. And for what? A dispute over space? The cosmos is infinite, and yet, like our earth-bound ancestors, we have become selfishly obsessed over what we consider ours. At our core, are we a race of conquerors, of warriors? No, my friends, if nothing else, humans are explorers. So, let us continue exploring. Now is the time to venture beyond the imagined borders of the settled systems and fulfill the dreams of humanity. For if we continue down this path, funding only war and not exploration, I fear there will be no one left to remember why we fought in the first place. Very stirring.
Oh, don't know how he does it. Up there all alone for so long.
Who's all alone? That's a fancy dartboard, isn't it? Is that like supposed to be a key code or something? But why, may I ask, Bethesda, why can I not grab objects and shake them about a bit like in your other games? Why? Oh, didn't mean to do that, but why not indeed? Woohoo! Damn it. No, but I want to steal their stuff. I want it to be mine. What's this? Chronomark watch case. Or is that the watch that we've got on our hand? Or around our wrist, rather. It's not really on the hand, is it? Ooh, very nice. Chemists have all the solutions. Well, let's see if we can craft any of this. Might as well craft one of them. Need membranes, need a lot of membranes apparently. To craft some of that useful goods. Where would one find a membrane, I wonder? Someone likes sitting on the floor. Maybe it's to do some sort of exercise routine. Anyway, let's continue talking to these folks.
We've always considered ourselves explorers, but this really is uncharted territory, isn't it? That was intense, wasn't it? The artifacts, I mean. Sorry, this must all be a little overwhelming for you right now. I guess a lot overwhelming, now that I think about it. I'm Noelle. It's really nice to meet you. And thank you for bringing the artifact to us.
Oh, very welcome.
Oh gosh, no. I mean, that's flattering, but really, we're making this up as we go. Until you arrived, we only had the two, and the vaguest sense that there was something more at work. There's still so much we don't know, and that means a lot of work ahead of us.
Let me know how I can
right
help.
now, nothing's off the table. Metallurgical analysis, chemical composition. I'm looking at everything. One thing I'm really trying to improve is my overall database of xenobiology. I don't know if it will help in this case, but the more we know about, well, everything, the better off we are, right? Speaking of, if you're going to be out there looking for more artifacts, you're bound to come across some interesting specimens. Anything organic, I'd be happy to take it off your hands.
What do you mean by that?
I can't be certain that they will.
Does she mean like
points are always a good thing.
capture aliens and send them back in cages, or does she mean like
and if it sweetens the
if you
deal,
come across a dead thing and it has some stuff on it,
Walter's pockets
you
may
want
not be
that?
bottomless, but they are pretty deep.
I was wondering about
Of
other
course,
types of
there's plenty of planets
exploratory
out there
work.
that no one has ever set foot on, and everything we learn about them is valuable. We have a board where we post anything specific we're looking for. A type of alien flora or fauna, or a planet with a specific quality, like if it's primed to have life but doesn't yet.
Oh, great, another mission board.
Oh right, that. If we're
Do
approaching
you
this
think this
ration,
vision is the title?
I suppose we'd call them visual and auditory hallucinations. What you perceived as lights and music could be overloaded neural input, your brain's attempt to make sense of something. An energy surge, some other phenomenon.
Trying to figure out how best to sit with this microphone. I'm not used to having this in the face. Barrett saw something
At
too.
the time, well, it's Barrett. We weren't sure if he was kidding around. Clearly, he wasn't.
So there's a
There
reasonable
might be a reasonable
explanation.
explanation. I wasn't there. I didn't see what you saw. I'm just not in a position to say for sure. That's okay. Now that this has happened to both you and Barrett, we can know to
Hope
maybe
this isn't
expect you
too
in the
boring,
future.
by the way. I know it's
Be a
like a
little more
lot of
prepared.
talking.
We're all in this together now, right?
You know, that's kind of how I play these games anyway. And I guess usually just how they are in general.
Well,
It's like
Constellation's
you
been
meet
around forever,
a
more
few
than 50
characters
years
and
now.
you spend a bunch
But
of
we
time
only became
talking,
aware of the artifacts
getting
recently.
quests,
Barrett
and that
discovered
sort of
the first
thing.
one about 2 years ago,
And then you
and
go
the
off and you do all those quests, so it's like a bunch of fighting and exploring.
It's a shame he isn't here to see this.
They're just broken up by the occasional chunk of talking to like 20 people.
Okay, let's take a look.
So she does just mean like the fibre and the metabolic agents and the nutrients, so that sort of thing. Let's see what happens if I give her all of these. Oh, she'll give me cash. I've got 24,000 credits right now, so I'll hold on to these for now. See if I can craft them into something a bit later.
Planning on sticking around then? Good. I think we can find a spot for you. And along the way, I can give you the very abbreviated tour. Right. So you've seen the
Ooh.
library, obviously. Walter's quite proud of the collection, but Mateo has made more than a few contributions.
Is that so?
Gardens are out the doors there, if you need a moment of quiet contemplation. Emphasis on the quiet part, at least usually. Let's head upstairs. Sebastian Banks, Constellation's founder, had this place built decades ago. It was a big to-do at the time, but most people in the city have forgotten we're here.
I
Is
hope
that so?
you are satisfied with the quarters available to you.
Ah, let's go. What's in here? Ooh. Will I follow her upstairs or go into the spooky basement? But it will follow her for now. Keep in the back of your mind, there's a spooky basement. Please, spooky. It was just very blank walls, so you know. Gotta be something down there that I want
So this is the
I
bar.
don't know what I was
It's a little
saying.
tender, so help yourself within reason, of course.
It's like, you know, the
Now
when you
let's see
watch
about that room. You're in
films and that, and someone has a secret door, and they open it up, and it's all like very blank, sort of concrete and steel walls. Kind of had that sort of look to it. So it's like, oh, obviously they want to protect something in there if they've got walls like that. That was my thinking anyway. But who knows? Just have to wait and find out until after we've followed this woman around.
Okay, this'll be you. Common room on one side, so that'll be quiet, and Mateo on the other side, so maybe a little less quiet. I'm sure Sarah has something planned for each of us, so I'd better get back to it. Don't want to keep her waiting too long.
Excuse me.
Enjoy.
Okay, so this is our room. Oh, you've got our own safe. Fancy ass bucket. Anyway, let's go head back downstairs and go look through that basement thing. I guess it's like workstations and stuff and not like a secret training facility or whatever I was thinking about. Onion. Lettuce. Burger King foot lettuce. That's still a thing that people think about. Already got an Equinox, but I'll take the ammo. Let's just have a look to see what these do. Mods and that. What's this? I got the premium edition or whatever. I got that old Mars thing. Might as well put that on. On whatever it is that we've got. Alright, weapon workbench. What's going on here? Guess more potential for doing mods and that, but you know, it's like I'm of the operation of like waiting to do like mods and that until I find a bit of gear that I really like. You know what I mean? Otherwise it's just wasting a bunch of stuff on something that see, it's glass. You should be able to just break it. Why does it have to be bloody locked? You silly game. I guess as the well might be like, is that like referring to a more run down place like the slums? And they just call it the well so it doesn't sound so bad. That seems like the thing people would do in like a city like this, right? They'd call the poor area something that doesn't sound so bad. Look at him, hey, Dave Bubbles. New member of the Constellation. Still wearing a spacesuit when he doesn't need to. That's old Captain Dave for you.
So, are you ready to get to work?
Named after me uncle, I guess. Even though I didn't think of that when I named him, I just picked the first thing that came into my head, but my uncle was called Dave. What is Constellation?
We're explorers. Humanity has always hunted for knowledge in the unknown. We just take that a little more seriously than others. We were founded decades ago by a man named Sebastian Banks. He wanted a small group of people from all corners of the settled systems dedicated to the biggest question of all.
What's out there?
What's out there? These artifacts
I attempted
could
to
be
sync it up,
everything
but
we've been looking for.
he took a big pause,
Another great
larger than I
secret the
expected.
universe is asking us to unravel.
How well
I
known
don't
is
know what
Constellation?
But I can imagine. First of all, I think you can dismiss any stories about us no longer existing. I don't believe in smearing our name everywhere we can. Exploring the universe, charting the unknown, that's what counts. Besides, having a little mystery gives us room to maneuver. A fixed reputation could fence us in a lot of ways.
Is that so?
Not much, but you've seen them for yourself. It doesn't take a lot to realize we're dealing with something extraordinary. Just what that is, we'll have to figure out. It's what we do.
Cool.
We're going to be doing some old-fashioned detective work. The artifacts are relatively inert once they're out of bedrock. That means people can pass them around, not even knowing what they are. I've been letting my contacts know to be on the lookout for strange metal objects. Get back a lot of noise, usually, but a tip from the UC Vanguard sounds promising.
The UC
A
Vanguard?
volunteer force that helps defend the edges of United Colonies space. They're always looking for recruits. Lots of retired veterans and dangerous professionals mixed in with part-timers who barely have a laser cannon welded to a hull. My contact is in the recruiting office, so he hears a lot about what the volunteers are up to. We have to
Other
assume that
people
we're not
have
the only ones to have
artifacts.
stumbled into this mystery.
Madness.
But most people aren't
Madness.
going into space looking for the unknown. They're looking for places to settle, resources to extract, territory to defend. An odd-looking rock or a single strange hunk of metal wouldn't mean much to them. That's why Constellation exists, in a way, to put pieces like this together. Jumping to anthropology on me already? Oh, well, good. We all need our own reasons to be out there. But it's not just that. I want to take this opportunity to see how you handle yourself, and for you to learn more about us. I'm going to be sticking with you for this. We'll be traveling together until we either find an artifact or this lead runs dry.
Okay. There will be locked as your follower if you continue. Sure, why
We'll
not?
need to head to Mast. Check in with the Vanguard recruiting office where my contact works. And listen, whatever you were before or whatever you do once you're out there, I don't care. So long as you don't bring UC security to our doorstep.
So you're saying I can steal and kill and... Yeah, you don't care if I steal as long as I don't get caught?
Constellation has a roster of members who haven't always been on the right side of their respective society. We're risk takers. Some of us have seen the inside of a jail cell more than once. If you join us,
I mean, there's a difference between risk-taking and doing what needs to be done and just being a full-blown menace to society.
Let's take a little stroll through New Atlantis, shall we?
But, you know, it's a video game. I mean, it's like, if you really were like a terrible person all the time, then obviously they probably wouldn't want to work with you, right? Anyway, I'll say once again, onwards and upwards. Well, I guess now we've done that, we can go see what more of this city has to offer. And I'll finally remember about scanning things. See if we can do the whole surveying of this place as well. Let's just have a run around for a bit. I mean, can we go through here? Oh, we can. Cool. Let's just have a look at the map to see exactly how big this place how big this place is. I wonder if it's all city, or is there more to it than that? But I kinda wanna see if we can pick up some quests here. But maybe... Looks like the sun's going down, so we'll go back in here and sleep till the morning.
Can't think of a better place to recharge and ready ourselves for our next mission.
So, you know, if like the NPCs have a timetable that they follow or whatever, then they'll be heading into their homes, and they won't like Dave Bubbles here storming in on them while they're trying to sleep. Yeah, there we go. 5:26 or whatever. So we'll do 15 hours of rest, why not? I wonder what the UT is supposed to stand for. Universe time? Guess maybe. Can't think of what else U would be. The universal time?
You are the
Rather than just... Are you watching me sleep? Bloody weirdo. Yeah, she was, wasn't she? Because she was sitting on the side. She was sitting on this bench. Bloody hell. Oh yeah, I like that. Sound of the feet on the wood. See, it's not the best in this game, but I do like that when you can feel like your character has an impact. That's why I also like in games like Dark Souls, when you swing heavy weapons, they crash into the foe. I like the sound they make and the animation of your player character as they swing, like a Zweihander or something. Like it feels very heavy, and it looks really satisfying. Like you can feel the weight behind the blow and that sort of thing. Because if everything just looks too smooth, then, you know, it doesn't look very real, does it? And doesn't look very good, in my opinion. So as I say, I like when things have a weight behind them. See, we're just picking up tips left and right, aren't we? From all these folks. Ooh. See if we can go out here. Now, part of me just wants, you know, to run around and have some fun, you know? Rather than, like, just structure things a bit more. Which is what I usually do. This being on stream is making me get a bit loose. In terms of how I play the video games. Anyway, let's see what's over here. Oops. The Armistice Archives.
UC Navy's defeat at the Battle of Cheyenne by the Freestar Collective's ragtag fleet, both sides decided the time had come to bring the colony war to an end. So, the two parties came together to negotiate the terms of the armistice. Fleet sizes would be capped, mechs and Xeno weapons outlawed, and all
He doesn't look like he belongs, does he? Like you've got these sort of futuristic styles. And you got this person here in a flannel shirt and cargo pants. You a time traveller. See, even this, I don't know, you can kind of see that being like a futuristic outfit, right? But like, I don't know what that's called, but that weird style on the knees and like the buckled boots looking thing. Like, you know, a sci-fi trucker type thing. Then that one bloke with his flannel shirt. Over there, look. He doesn't fit in. Hello, historian.
So please keep chatting to a minimum.
Please keep chatting to a minimum. So we guess there's no quest holder in here then. Safeguard the past.
No chit chat on duty.
Not supposed to be talking to you.
Why not? That could be very interesting. Are we allowed in here? Do they just allow people to walk in? Have a look around? Hello there, folks. Gonna let me in? Go on. I won't trash the place up, I promise. Like you can in this game, since they're not letting you move things around. You know what? Apologies for this. I'm going to look at the controls to see if there is an actual grab and throw around type button. No, it doesn't look like there is, does there? That's a load of bunk. Ship builder, eh? Oh yeah, you can build your own ships in this, right? Or at least swap out parts for them. You see, that's all well and good, but I don't know how much of that sort of stuff I want to interact with. So I'm never good at, like, trying to figure out that sort of thing. I just get frustrated with it, so I just want to do all the quests and do all the fightings and do all the lootings and...
Just tell me how many zeros I need to add to the offer.
I'm sorry, sir, but we can't sell to you. UC citizens only.
Ah, I think I understand. And the cost to put me down as a citizen would be what exactly?
Sir, bribery is a crime in the colonies.
Fine. Perhaps I'll just be having a chat with your superiors then. Good day.
We've got some lovely places available.
You've seen
if you've earned
damn
your citizenship, of
regulations.
course.
Okay then. That was not very
Never
interesting.
a better time than right now to settle down and make New Atlantis home. If you're a citizen, of course.
If you're a citizen, what does that mean?
Welcome to Aphelion Realty. I'm Zora, and I'm here to help with whatever you may need. What brings you in today? Looking to settle down, or move up in the world, or just window shopping?
I just wandered in.
That's fine. It happens all the time. I never mind an opportunity to chat with someone new. I'm here if you have any more questions, or if you'd like to look at properties.
You have any properties outside?
Don't I wish? Between UC regulations and demand here in the
It's me.
city, I haven't had a chance to branch out yet. But you best believe I'm keeping an eye on the situation, and actively lobbying for a little more leeway. Okay, let me just pull up your data. Oh, I'm sorry, but you're not a United Colony citizen.
What you mean?
I'm afraid property ownership here in New Atlantis isn't available to you. If you take the exciting step of becoming a citizen, we'll be here for you.
What do I have to do? Join the military?
anytime.
Is this a Starship Troopers type of beat? We have to join the military or whatever and buy a bunch of insect creatures in order to get property? SL works in it, in that film. The film I'm talking about, I know. I think the book might be different. Or maybe not, maybe that's the same in the book as well. I just know that there are some differences. Because, you know, the films, well, Starship Troopers, I think the book is very much like in favour of all that, of like a military utopia and the whole big buff men and women fighting, you know, aliens and stuff. Whereas the film is a lot more satirical. Which makes sense given that it was directed by Paul Verhoeven. I think, right? Paul Verhoeven? The guy who did RoboCop, another very good satirical take on violence and the militarization of police. And, like, over-corporation and I think, and that sort of thing.
Seems like only yesterday.
Righty then, enough. More. Seems to be all I'm doing is just messing about. 3-star collective embassy.
Unless you... No loitering. Nobody sees the ambassador without an appointment. You don't have...
I could have an appointment, you don't know. You didn't check my thingo or even looked in the appointment book. See? I'm going in this elevator. You can't stop me. I said you can't stop me. What if I use this one? Damn it. Well, fine, I'll listen to you this once. I didn't want to meet the ambassador anyway. The ambassador's beneath me. I am Captain Dave Bubbles, newest member of the Constellation.
It's like when someone insults you, you want to just beat the shit out of them sometimes, but you don't.
Well, not quite what I was thinking, but that's actually a great example, Marcus. The man in the story was cruel. Do you know why he was cruel? You must feel what he feels.
Who does he look
Understand
like
his
there?
pain, accept it, and deliver it not back upon
He
him.
looks like someone I've seen in a film or something.
You mean empathy?
Oh, it's a woman. My apologies.
But you say it like it's easy. Like anyone can just
Apologies about that.
love a terrible person who has been terrible to them.
Yeah, why even bother? I mean, isn't the cycle of humanity peace and war back and forth, like forever?
I guess
Seems kind
this
of
is like some sort of religious conversation, right?
Nothing ever really changes.
Or as in...
It's not easy, no.
I don't know.
But necessary. Because you see, everything has changed. God has given us the intelligence.
Called it religious,
and the
man.
ability to reach into the stars, to travel his path, to truly find him. But we can't do it alone. The only way is through unity. Huh. Yes, Andreas.
Bran Stark, that actor. Although when he was, like,
Well, I'm
in the
sure
first
you'll have
season,
other things to do.
you know, as a young kid, that's what she looks like, right?
Talk with
That's
you.
who she looks like.
There's so many mysteries in the universe, so many unknowns that...
Tim Robinson, right? The guy that I think you should leave. Doesn't look much like him, does it? Let's see, who does he look like? Hayden Christensen. Raoul Coley. Maybe not. Do any of these people look like the people I just mentioned? Not really, but you know, it's like... I don't know. Don't really look like them at all, do they? Or maybe a little bit, that's why I said that they look like them, because they look like them a little bit, but... Maybe it's just me drawing comparisons out of nothing. Where did that keeper fella go? I want to hear more about the good word. Sanctum Universum. Is that really necessary? Thought he was smoking for a moment there, but he's just got his hand up.
I may not always have the perfect advice for people, but I try to just be here for them. I think that's what they really need more than anything else. Were you seeking worldly wisdom or just a friendly ear?
I'm not seeking anything.
Are you sure about that? I think we're all looking for something, even if we're not aware of it.
Well, I'm looking for an artifact,
course,
you know,
be the
to
first
explain
time,
the meaning of the universe,
if you
but...
find you're desiring something more, perhaps the church can be of service.
Look, do you have a quest? I'm looking for
Some
quests.
of our writings a read. See what you think. I'd recommend starting with Among the Grav Jumps. I'm sure there's a copy lying about somewhere. And if you'd like, we could have a little chat afterwards. I'll certainly be here for it, or any other reason you might need me.
Well, I don't think I've had the pleasure.
All right. I'm sure it just escaped your memory. So many things do over time. There must be a copy around here somewhere. If you do happen to peruse it, I would enjoy hearing your thoughts on the idea.
I'll give it a look.
Wonderful.
Okay, so it might not be the most exciting activity,
sometime.
but, you know, why not read a book? I enjoy reading, although I haven't been reading much recently, but I do enjoy it. Let's see. Oh, there's a copy right here. Most of what I've been reading recently is rule books like D&D and Savage Worlds and that. Among the Grav Jumps, God seeks you. Is God real? The more proper question would be, is reality divine? Existence itself is a mystery which yearns to be uncovered. What is goodness but a comparison to the good? What is existence but a participation in being? Any common attribute invites comparison to some more pure form of it, and as we work our way up the tree of attributes, from apples to red to colour to waveforms to energy to space-time to existence, that's quite the jump, we find fewer and fewer branches to explore. All of reality eventually converges into a single point. Some call it Omega, others Telos, some call it God. But its true nature is best understood in another way. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. I will give unto him something first from the water of life. You know that one quote from Fallout 3 that Liam Neeson not likes? But where the diversity of the universe inspires awe and wonder, it exists only in contrast to a simplicity so pure that it may only be understood as primordial and even divine. To say that it exists is effectively redundant as it is. In fact, existence itself, our being derives from being. Our essence is what was imagined by its mind, but what we consider imagining and what we consider mind are in fact so beyond our understanding that even these metaphors are like the tiny whitecaps on a massive surging sea. Most urgently, this being, which gave rise to reality itself, seeks to understand its consequence, by which I mean you and me. Our senses are limited and only able to perceive 3 dimensions, as we are helplessly flung along the 4th in a single direction. They mean time as the 4th dimension, and how we are always, like time is a constant and we're always going along it, we can only go forward and not back. But our finest minds tell us that the universe has at least 12 dimensions, and who knows what further knowledge may be revealed in time. From our meagre capacity, the universe is not simply unexplored, but fully unknowable in any comprehensive sense. And so we rely on revelation. We submit ourselves to direct communion with the one source of truth. The truth is another of its attributes, even as all the separate aspects resolve into simplicity. To know the truth, we must know the capital T truth. And that truth wishes to know us as well. Our physical embodiments are limited to movement in 3 dimensions, just as fabric is bound to and defined by its warp and weft. But we have a power that raises us above the unminded matter that merely exists without will. We can bend the fabric of space-time, rending warp from weft, peering through the veil that we may otherwise mistake for all that there is. When we do so by jumping from point to point, we are not merely moving in space, but becoming voyagers into a new level of understanding. Those moments between grav jumps are not simply nothingness, but glimpses into understanding of the mystery that underlies all reality. To know that truth is to become closer to the divine ourselves. This is the purpose of our lives. The purpose of the Sanctum Universum is to guide you in these experiences, so each opportunity to know is not squandered. Seek out Aquilus. Let him open your heart to the understanding that is no different from your mind, and join us as we seek further communion and increase our sharing in the nature of the divine. Well, I'll tell you something for nothing. I don't really understand that.
I'd heard of the Sanctum growing up, but never thought much of it. Then one day, it happened for me.
What, you just joined out of nowhere?
Oh, I hope you have the chance to read more about our beliefs. Oh, it's very easy to lose yourself focusing on others. Life can be a distraction sometimes from your own growth, your spiritual development. Does that sound right?
I want to grow.
Don't let that fire die. It can lead to the greatest discoveries. The ones that lie inside. The good news is, you can change. All of us can. It's not easy.
Yes, perhaps I can change to having a few more viewers, eh?
Being self-aware.
No, I don't mind really. Oh. I need to think about it.
Of course. Come back when you're ready.
Why would I want to remove my traits?
Oh, I hope you have the chance to read more about our beliefs. Well, we're a newer organization, at least officially. Our facility here in New Atlantis has only been around a few decades. But we're gaining new members all the time. I think people have been grasping for something to express what they're experiencing, and I'm glad we can be here for them.
That in the background there.
Keeper by title. But yes, I suppose the title fits. I'm very grateful that I have the opportunity.
I am no emperor, I'm a priest.
Those who need us, who find meaning in our message.
What do you mean? I'm just a priest. Is that what he says, Sean Bean?
Oh, wonderful. Tell me, what did you think?
It was a load of nonsense. You know, the ideas just didn't make any sense to me.
Don't feel badly about that. It doesn't speak to everyone. Perhaps you just haven't had an experience that allows you to connect with it. Perhaps in time, this place will mean something to you too. But if not, that's all right. We'll be here either way if you ever need us. The sanctum will always be here.
Cool. I read a book and then talked to a fella about it.
I try and take a few trips each year now. No real destination in mind, it's the jump. One simple jump. The same as I've made dozens of times before, and something touched me.
Oh dear.
Something warm and kind and good.
Well, it may have seemed that way at the time, but maybe have a rethink about that. Is that appropriate? Am I being inappropriate? Probably. Sorry.
That first jump. It changes you, unlocks something within you. Have you felt it? You know, there are folks I sometimes see only once every few years. In between, they're just out there, jumping.
So I guess these people are maybe addicted isn't the right word, but obsessed with like grav jumping, I guess is what they're called in this game, but like hyperspace jumping or whatever. From one place to another, going through the fabrics of reality. Or however it is it works in Starfield. I guess they formed a religion around it. Which, you know, isn't the craziest thing, I guess.
Even just this. Have you ever heard one of his sermons? They're really good.
You know what else is really good? I Think You Should Leave by Tim Robinson.
Aquilus has seen so much. I'm really glad I can talk to him when I need to.
I never got into Game of Thrones. I only saw the first series and tried reading the first book, but I just it never grabbed me like it did seemingly everyone else. And I really like fantasy is the thing. My favourite author, David Eddings, is a fantasy author. Bloody hell, he wrote some great books. If you're into fantasy, then I recommend you read first the Millennium series by David Eddings, and then I think it's called the Tamuli. Each is 3 books long, so 6 books in total. I think he might be more well known for his Belgariad and Malorian series, which are both 5 books long, but I myself prefer the former series I mentioned. I think probably because the main character in that series is, you know, a more mature character than is common in a lot of like fantasy stuff. A lot of fantasy stuff, including like the Belgariad, and that is also sort of like coming of age as well, where it's sort of a teenager discovering some power that they have, or being taught about some sort of power in the world, and that they're, you know, have some great tasks to complete. Whereas the Millennium and the Tamuli are similar to that. The character does have some sort of great task to complete and has got some sort of destiny. But he's a more older character. He's been around, so to speak. And I think the way that those sort of characters are written, like where they have like experience with the world and prior knowledge of things, and just a bit more of a weary, oh, I'm getting too old for this kind of disposition. I think that more appeals to me than a young person learning all this new stuff. I will say, it's like, he does learn a lot, even though he's been around a bit. Starhawk is his name. But yeah. And David Eddings, they're good books to read. They're they're archetypal, I think. He's an archetypal writer in his characters, like you have, you know, for instance, the knight, the wizard, the rogue. You know those, when those characters are introduced, you know who they are, you know sort of the broader strokes of their personality. And while they do grow and develop as characters, they still have that sort of core archetypal type element to them. Which is nice, but, and even though the plot, you know, can certainly take a few twists and turns, it's not, I think there's something comforting and good about that sort of more straightforward type of storytelling. Even though, as I say, there are plenty of twists and turns to be taken as the stories and books progress. Anyway. I guess a bit like Lord of the Rings in that sense. That's like, for at least some of the characters at least, kind of, you know, archetypal. Got the dwarf sort of warrior and the elven archer. Anyway. Kind of hope that they don't make, like any sort of media company, I hope they don't make like a film or television adaptation of any of David Eddings's work, because they more often than not ruin it, don't they? Adapting like
And we can afford it. Mercury is much cheaper.
those sorts of stories.
Apollo's got the best view of the city, and it's closer to land.
That Wheel of Time just got a second series, didn't it? Don't know if that's any good. Read some of those books as well, but they just... like the 6th or 7th book that I read, it just dragged on so much. It was so slow. I just couldn't deal with it anymore. Like nothing was happening. It was just Rand stalking about his place, being all dark and broody and whatever. Out the Shadow or whatever it was called. But I thought they were pretty good as well, the earlier ones at least. Or they got boring.
Wish that bartender at the viewport would stop complaining to security. I don't know what you
Anyway, enough about novels for now. Let's try and find some more quests.
Than the last Interceptor.
But why did they replace the handler? I thought the actress was amazing.
She turned him down. She apparently signed on to do some Shakespeare film. King Lear, I think.
How many damned versions of Shakespeare do we need? I mean, after Kincaid's King Lear, why bother, right?
Huh? You have hidden depths, my friend.
Well, I think they make a bunch of them because there's just so much to each play, right? And as time moves forward, the society changes and evolves, new meanings sort of become unlocked from the older texts. They can be interpreted in newer ways, more modern ways.
Welcome to Chunks. Please choose
And they might
your
not
chunks.
always, you know, work out, you know, as being a modern interpretation. Some modern interpretations of older stuff are shit. But then you still have, you know, modern interpretations that work quite well. And then, of course, you have those interpretations that are just, you know, basically redoing the original work. Like, if you're into Shakespeare at all, I recommend, these films, I think, that were done on Richard II, Henry IV, and Henry V. don't know if that's also what they were called, Shakespeare plays. But, in the first one, Richard II was played by... Is it Ben Whitley? Ben Whiteshaw? You know that, one English actor who was Q in the newer James Bond films? And then there was Henry IV, played by Jeremy Irons. You know, in sort of his older years, and then Henry V, played by Tom Hiddleston. And they're very much like, you know, modern, well, not modern as in, you know, they were made quite recently, you know, made in modern times. But, very much still using the language of Shakespeare. And they were pretty good, I really liked them. I think they put Shakespeare's work to film quite well. Yeah, so Apollo Tower, Centurion Arsenal. What's in here then? The gun shop. Indeed it is. It would be cool if I could just take all these, wouldn't it? Oh shit. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure you already know there's no one-size-fits-all solution for personal firearms.
Hello.
Welcome to Centurion Arsenal. It is my absolute pleasure to assist you with any purchases or questions you may have. All sales are final, but that won't matter because you will undoubtedly be pleased with your purchase. You have my word.
You take this all pretty seriously.
These are potentially matters of life and death we're talking about here.
What would you recommend?
That's not a simple question, is it? It all depends on who's asking. I have my own personal favorites, but I wouldn't presume to know yours. Tell me, were you to find yourself in the unfortunate position of needing to use a weapon, what suits you best?
Big old laser.
Something up close and personal? Rapid fire? Is precision a consideration?
The biggest, most laseriest thing. That's not an option here, so let's just go distance.
Ah, yes. Well, then personally, I would point you towards Combatech.
That it?
Come
Alright
back
then.
and see me if you run low on ammo.
Ooh! Yes, I should talk to her about ammunition, shouldn't I?
We can find something that suits you.
Ammunition. Well, let's go to sell, and then see what sort of 27 caliber, caseless shell, 3kV laser, 7.77 millimeter, 6.5 millimeter. That's a lot of stuff. What? What happened?
There's nothing. Only the finest collection of...
MO. Was 27 caliber one of them? No, it wasn't, was it? Might have been. 3kVs. Buy all. 6.5. That was one, wasn't it? Was it 7.5? Fuck. Fucking idiot, you know. I know this was one of them. Shotgun shells. I think it was 6.5. I will leave that as enough for now. That should be fine for now. Hey, Sarah Morgan. Listening to the Settled Systems News Network. But I can't hear a fucking thing. Who's there? The police. Oh? The police. I don't care if you're fucking Sting. Dell's got a police record. Yeah, walking on the moon. Bit of only fools and horses humour for any of you in the know. By in the know, I mean any of you who've seen that particular episode of that particular show. Old Del Boy and Rodney, eh? Granddad, Uncle Arthur. Cool. Let's go over that way then.
It's amazing to think that this tree predates New Atlantis. Can you imagine all the changes it's seen?
Another zoning meeting at Mass has resulted in a stalemate. Several areas partly zoned
It says that I can scan stuff in this place, as in there's fauna and flora to scan, but who knows what it is. It's not any of this stuff. Is it? Maybe there's some fish in here, eh? How do you dive? Are we allowed to dive or not? It's a nice hat. Is that like the future equivalent of when people wear their caps to the side? Have a look what's over here. Authorised personnel only. Well, I'm authorised. That's the keeper place, isn't it? Hope this is interesting, by the way, me rambling on as I try to find quests to do. Well, I mean, I could look in the activities thing, because we've picked up a few leads to quests, haven't we? But I kind of want to just see about them running around.
I do hope you're taking advantage of our remote transaction benefits.
Yeah, listen, I have a lot on my plate right now, and you don't look like a new hire stumbling through their first day. Who exactly are you? Really? Huh. You have your own ship?
Yes, I stole it.
This is perfect. Kismet, really.
Well, is it stealing if you killed everyone aboard beforehand? Because if so, then I didn't steal it. I acquired it from its previous owners. You're buttering me up pretty thick, if I do say so myself. Yeehaw.
You've got a good eye. You are just the person I'm looking for. Well, confession time. I might just be a little desperate. See, the world of credit analysis, you know, dealing with deadbeats and reprobates is, well, it's a tough field. And what I need is a ringer, someone that can collect some of our top delinquent offenders. What I need is you. You work with me, and the fee you get will be huge.
What's so difficult with debt
If you haven't
collection?
noticed, and I'm guessing you have, the settled systems is big. Like really big. Someone gets
Big as a
seriously
rhinoceros
underwater,
horn.
they skip the system. And it's a real pain to track them down. Sad truth is, we can't track everyone down, so credit analysis always has a black eye when reporting to the higher-ups.
How many credits are we talking about here, eh?
Well,
Hey,
you're
hey?
eager. That's good. But we'll start small and work our way up to the worst offenders.
You've, got a nice army base here, General.
So, we got a Galaxy-class...
Shame if something were to happen to it.
to franchise a restaurant. Turns out, surprise, it was a scam. And Dieter Maliki jumps system. Now, he's holed up in a literal shack in the middle of nowhere. Can you believe it? The job is simple.
Oh, excuse me.
Dieter to pay. And we don't want him dead. We don't want him hurt. Just close his account like an honest citizen.
Is he dangerous?
Well, I mean, yes. We're not the only ones looking for him. And you don't dome up on a dust ball unless you're serious about dodging your civic responsibilities. If he dies, then his assets go to probate, and we can get paid. So if he forces you into an it's you or him situation, it's A-okay for Galbank's bottom line if you choose him. But I cannot stress this enough. This is not the ideal outcome. We wanted him liquidated, we'd have put a tracker on him. You may need to lean on him, scare him. Nothing illegal, just talk to him. And don't listen to any sob stories he tells you. Any job I give you, I guarantee there's not some poor sick aunt that needs credits for surgery. These are scofflaws, scum, flagrantly violating the terms of
since you say that, I've got to trust you, don't I? If this is a Bethesda game, everybody trusts everyone.
All the details. You find Dieter and bring his account current.
For the most part,
Decided
anyway.
to take a break from exploring to collect some debts. Not exactly constellation-worthy pastime, but I'll follow your lead.
Oh,
I hate to
Sarah,
analyze, no,
Sandra.
Not everyone's a straight arrow.
Sarah.
You cut a deal with Dieter.
You.
Honestly, I have no way of knowing.
Shut your gob.
Don't expect any more jobs from me. Best of luck. I believe in you.
Cool. Debt collected. Why are all these floors restricted? Why can't I go where I want?
You here for a loan too? Good luck.
Do these people have anything to say? Ooh, he's got a name. Ooh, she seems very mysterious. I'm Dave Bubbles, nice to meet you.
Trying to get a job at Galbank. It's the big building with the word Galbank on it. Yeah, you'd think so, but sorry, not a Galbank. Anyway, yeah, I'd like to be a banker. It'll be fun.
Why do you want to work here?
Because magic isn't real, which means I can't be a necromancer. I figured being a soul-sucking banker was the next best thing. Why?
I'm a social butterfly.
Funny. I'm more of a caterpillar person myself, but fine, you win. I like to paint, I like to crochet, pretty much hate everything else. You're starting to grow on me though, like a fungus. But I like mushrooms. Guess that's the third thing. Yeah, find a Galbank teller and deposit all your creds into my bank account. It'll be paid, of course. Eventually.
Cool.
Later.
Well, that was fun, wasn't it? Hey, people.
Now that's where the real money's at.
Like, I get that the game wants to prod you in a direction by making it so that people just talk to you out of nowhere, but it's really weird, isn't it? Like, people just spill their hearts out to you when you just walk up to them. Distribution.
Don't be nervous. You got this.
Easy for you to say, top of the class.
Infinity is huge. Like, staggeringly huge. They need people like you. Even with your
Who does he look like?
Yeah, I'm sure a junior
I don't know his name, but do you think he looks like
in the door. Show initiative,
the guy who was Mr. Fantastic in is that even his name, Mr. Fantastic? No, right? But Elastic Man, like Stretchy Arms Man in the Fantastic Four that Chris Evans was in. He was also in that show Forever and Hornblower. I think that looks like him, but with like scruffy hair. Because he usually has more of a well-kept sort of hairstyle, doesn't he? Can't think of his name.
Welcome to Infinity Ltd's corporate headquarters. We don't get very many visitors here. It really makes the day crawl by. You'll need to contact someone directly.
Ooh. Oh, balls. Can't go to any of them. Then why even give me the option? Just say restricted like all the other ones.
New Atlantis Security has reported yet another Aurora overdose case. The psychotropic produced in the city of Neon and widely available there is illegal contraband in the United Colonies.
So I guess Neon is a bit of a bad place.
The project has to be done this quarter.
Husband, businesswoman and husband. Lovely.
Take a day off. Everyone needs to recharge.
It's not mandatory, but people
See an
know
angler.
who's there and who's not.
You go an angler fishing.
And careers are going to change.
Underway.
I know. I just hope it's worth it.
I can stay for a little while longer. It's just 3 more days. After the project's over, I'm taking a vacation. A long one.
We have so little time together recently. There's more important things than money.
Well, yes, but unfortunately people need money to live. Because everything in this stupid capitalistic shithole costs money, doesn't it? And by capitalistic shithole I mean both the real world and, I guess, this one. New Atlantis Transit. Citizen, what can I do for you, citizen? You have violated the law. Well, let's see what's going on up here.
Ever run into spacers? Scumbags and scavengers. They're like vultures, picking away at leftovers of the colony war. You'll find them scouring through old labs and facilities, taking whatever's not nailed down.
And that's a perfectly respectable employment job. Well, not job, but a perfectly respectable endeavour. If I do say so myself, there's nothing wrong with picking something up if it's not nailed down, you hear me? Nothing wrong with a bit of looting is what I say. No, the original owners aren't going to do anything with it, are they? Because they're probably dead. And so what if they died at your hands? Still a perfectly reasonable pastime. State of living, rather.
Cut of meat in the settled systems? Look no further.
You source your food locally.
I have an exclusive contract with the Trade Authority. It's all shipped in from off-world. And no, I'm not divulging the planet of origin.
And that's code for cannibalism. You hear? Cannibalism. If she turns out to be a cannibal, selling cannibal things, then you can say that I told you so.
The general term? A sharpening stone, for knives. The kind of knives that cut the most delicious meat in the settled systems.
Yeah, the most delicious human meat.
Stone, though, is the best restaurant you've ever eaten at. If you like a perfect steak, you're in the
Perfect
right
human
place.
steak, alright? Am I right or am I wrong?
But of course.
Baguette. Is that a human baguette? Is that a human? Chandra Cabernet Sauvignon? Chandra. Sounds a bit like Sandra, doesn't it? Hey? You see? You see all the dots are connecting. Is that a human orange? Oh, that looks terrible, doesn't it? Look at that, that looks horrible. Oh, never mind. That looks like some sort of long tongue, doesn't it? Was that a bit of coleslaw? Or just like spring onions, little tomatoes, maybe some capsicum, like sour cream. No ribs, human ribs a bit. Come on. Can I rotate it? How do you rotate in this? Balls. You get the point there, don't you? It's all humans. Anyway. Probably isn't, but you never know, do you? It's like whenever there's, like a double cross in a Bethesda game, it's always something to do with, like, oh, they're a cannibal, or they're working for, you know, the evil faction, or they're working for bandits or something like that. It's never... like, it's simple. Like, a simple double cross. At least in most, like, Bethesda games, as in... when I say Bethesda games, I usually mean games made by Bethesda. Like Skyrim, Fallout 3, Fallout 4, Oblivion. I don't so much mean Fallout New Vegas, because that was filmed by Obsidian. And their storytelling is a lot better, in my opinion.
Sorry, do you mind talking with Aurora? She's better at handling clients than I am.
Argos is a great place to work.
It's another one of,
Just saying that.
him. No, what, sod it, I'm looking up his name. Eoin Grufford. That's probably not how you pronounce it. But him. That's what he looks like, right? Oh, look at that cheeky grin he's got. What are you so happy about, eh? What are you doing? No wonder he's happy, he's not doing any work. He's sitting behind this thing.
Not to be rude, but I'd appreciate it if I can get back to work.
Oh, you really are a con artist, aren't you, eh? Well, carry on then.
You look familiar. Where do I know you from?
I worked for Lynn.
Oh, yes. Lynn mentioned hiring some brand new miner before she left for that job. I must have seen your picture in the contractor database. I take it this means the job's done then. Good to know.
Getting a bit warm in here.
So,
Even
what can I help you with?
Want to let you know that the Crimson Fleet attacked us.
Oh, wow. That's terrible. Those pirates sure are getting bolder these days. Is everyone okay?
I think one person died.
Oh dear, I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm glad to hear you made it out of there, and I sincerely hope Barrett is recovering well. We'll be sure to send him a token of our sympathy, as well as a generous discount off of our services. Thank you for letting us know.
I wonder if that's going to trickle down to us at some point. If Barrett is going to be like, hey, I heard you talk to Aurora about... Aurora. About the, thingo. Here's a cut for you, my friend.
That woman never stops impressing me.
Now, if Barrett did that, I'll give Bethesda some credit for actually doing something cool and interesting.
As a former contractor, I'm surprised you don't know. We take on jobs that others won't, whether they're far away, extra tough, or just plain dangerous. And we always get the job done on schedule at a lower cost than our competitors.
What do you do here?
I book and process our jobs, manage the schedule on a broad scale, and interface with new clients. We're a small company, so a lot of us administrative types wear a lot of hats, as they say.
But you're not wearing a hat. What are you on about?
We just picked up several more contracts. Risky stuff, if I'm being truthful, but we position ourselves to take advantage of jobs like that. Think asteroid mining and other tough jobs. The next few years are going to be interesting for Argos.
Is that so?
Take care out there.
You too, I suppose. Back down we go. Find more stuff to do. Okay, let's see then.
I hate that we have to dress up for these things. It's exhausting. That's just how things are.
Hmm. What happened there?
My boss says
Look at the replay on screen.
she'll
Yeah, she just lunged forward like for a split second. Didn't she?
Yeah?
What you looking at, Sonny
Nice to
Jim?
meet you. Oh wow, that watch is super cool. I wish I could go with you on your ship, but I'm not.
Can't go with you. You just can't.
But David's my friend.
I bet whoever came up with bad news travels fast wasn't taking interstellar distances into account.
Mr. Barron's very busy and important man.
Excuse me, but I'm a very important man.
Listen, I might be able to hook you up with some merch. Maybe get you a ticket to a speaking gig he's got. That's all I can do.
You are the best!
David
David's
Barron is the most
amazing.
famous journalist
And
in the
I hear
settled
he's
systems.
single. I can't believe I'm here. SSNN.
SSNN. I mean, that's a bit of a mouthful for an acronym, innit? Damn it. Didn't want to do that. Well, maybe I did. Let's see what's down here. More water. Now you see, this looks marginally better than that moon. But don't you think it still looks just a bit uninteresting, you know? It's all like dirt and grass with a few trees and rocks hereabouts. Maybe if I actually go down there it will look better, but from here... I hope all the planets don't look like just like this. I really want to see like a thick jungle or mountainous snowy place, or like a sort of plains with loads of animals running about looking for watering holes and oases. That sort of thing. I really hope they do something interesting with all these planets instead of just having, you know, relatively nondescript landscapes. Because that would be a shame, that would be a waste, in my opinion. Since they bragged about like there being hundreds and hundreds of planets that you can visit. Although I don't even know if that's true. Did you know Bethesda? 4 times the size of Fallout 4. It's supposed to be like that, do you think? But I don't know if I'll be able to get back up here. Hang on. I've got a boost thing, don't I? Basic boost pack, does this mean... Is there a specific way you boost, or is like the boost pack just part of the normal jump? Got to be just part of the normal jump then, didn't it? Hang on, do I have a skill point? I do. I should probably invest in a skill. Research, crafting, more stuff, grav jump, tech, ballistic ship weapons, boost packs. Well, if that makes my boost packs better, then I might as well get it. Yeah, there we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Cool if you could shoot down a ship. Like, I thought it would be like a hold down type thing, the boosting, but maybe not. 'Cause if you can't tell, I'm trying to get back up here. It doesn't look like I can. And we'll do a quick save and see what happens if I jump down. Whee! Oh dear, I don't like that at all. Well, we made it safely. You alright, Sarah? What happens if I go in here? Waterfall Promenade. Guess that's where we are. In terms of, you know, trying to go through this place at least somewhat efficiently, I want to get back up to where I was. And then be sort of working my way downwards. I think collecting all the quests and things that I can. So I'll try and find my way back up. Universe of Leisure. Cool, now I've got a little jetpack type thing. I can jet myself about. Like a real spaceman. So everybody knows, if you're a spaceman then you have to have a jetpack. One of the requirements. I love doing, in video games when you have like a jetpack or something and you fall really far down and at the last second you activate your jetpack. Or your boost pack or whatever you call it. And then you're like, you know, you don't take any fall damage and you just fall. Does that make sense? I don't know. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Was this where we were then? Yes. Well, that didn't work, did it?
I will meet David. It's going to happen.
If you ever find yourself with a hot lead, we will do our best to protect your anonymity.
Is that so?
It's important that the people of the United Colonies can trust their primary news source.
Thought he'd be like a talkable person, but I guess not.
SSNN?
Maybe this is for like a little task that we have to do with someone in the city.
If you've seen something interesting, let me know. If it pans out into a full story, you'll be compensated. Welcome to SSNN, where the news never sleeps. If you're part of the David Barron fan club, try not to inflate his ego too much. He's liable to burst.
David seems like a vain egomaniac.
Sounds like you know him personally. Let's take a look at you. You're not from around here. My guess is you really work for a living.
Wow,
I bet
she's
you have a
telepathic.
story or two.
Amazing.
I have a feeling about such things. Sounds like an old pickup line. But it really has, hasn't it? I'm interested only in primary sources. So things you've seen
I don't
and
think
or
the
done
teeth
that are
look very good,
newsworthy.
do you?
No hearsay.
What do you think about the
So,
teeth?
what do you got for me?
Ah,
Looks like some Crimson Fleet brainiac figured out it's easier to hit stationary targets than dogfighting in the field. And you are an eyewitness with the courtesy to find us instead of being chased down. Refreshing. So what were the pirates doing there? It's not their usual MO.
Tell them about the ore. That was quite a lucrative operation.
hmm. Did I go with the ore? Told them what we were really doing there. Decisions. If only I had a die handy, I'd roll it. Do the old odds and evens trick that I do in D&D. Whenever I come across a quandary in D&D and I can't decide what to do, I think, alright, my character would do this, but the smart decision, because that's what it always is, it's always the smart decision, would be to do this, and so I roll the die.
Really unusual.
Evens is what the character would do, odds is the other decision, which, as I say, is usually the smarter decision. Because, you know, I like to play my characters
Bad blood between the
impulsive.
fabled Constellation and the Crimson Fleet? Has all the markings of what we in the SSNN call a story. So what's your role in all this? Part of a tour group?
And playing impulsive doesn't always mean playing smart. Well, I can play smart characters, I like playing impulsive characters, because I find myself playing impulsively a lot of the time. Which doesn't mean that I don't plan. Planning can be fun in its own way, but there are times when you just do too much planning. And the old saying goes, a plan doesn't survive contact with the enemy or whatever, so when you get into the situation that you planned for, it could all go pear-shaped. I ran the whole dig. Supervisor Dave Bubbles at your service.
I'd tip my hat, but I seem to have misplaced it. Your people pulled a hell of a thing off. So we've covered the basics. How about any harrowing tales of daring do? How'd a bunch of miners triumph? Huh. Sounds like a good outfit. The heroic miner is a good angle. This is a good local story.
I've always really liked the idea of
punch above their weight.
a miner
Get more
as a
stories like this?
backstory for
Drop by.
like
And take this to cover
a
any
role-playing game or
or
anything.
other creative ways to
For some
pile up
reason, I
inexpensive
don't know
work.
why. I think I like the idea of character working in the bowels of the earth, digging up stuff.
Close to the action here. Prime position.
And sort of coming out into the world. Because, you know, you could do different ways of taking it, couldn't you? It could be like you're just someone trying to survive and the only job you could get was being a miner in a dingy cave for shit pay, or it could be like you're a dwarf whose civilization are proud miners, and your family is the proudest mining family of them all. Or you could be like, you know, just someone who fancies gems or ores that you can use to craft stuff or just sell. I think there's a lot you could do with a bit of a mining background in a role-playing game, and I don't know, it always just appealed to me being a miner of some sort in a role-playing game. In real life I'd be shit at it, because, you know, I'm shit at most things.
I've met so many interesting people from working at the distribution center.
Too friendly, if you ask me. Too bloody friendly.
Oh no, when I was growing up, I actually wanted to be a miner on Sidonia.
As weird as that may sound, I guess I never wanted to have a typical job.
Yeah, like me.
Lucky
That's
for
why
me,
I'm
working at the
streaming.
distribution center is anything but typical. Of course, who wouldn't? It's such a privilege to be able to work for the UC government, a true force of good. Every day is so exciting. I get to meet so many new people, solve interesting problems, and learn about developing situations throughout the settled systems. Yep, there's never a boring day at the distribution center.
Just testing the stream. Hopefully it's not lagging. Cool, thank you for chatting. Johann Baptiste. Who's John Baptiste? John Baptiste is someone, isn't it? Is it? I don't know.
Please, if you experience any issues in your dealings with the distribution center, let us know. We're always
Wen
striving
really
to
keeps the
improve.
distribution center in
Welcome to UC Distribution. Now, before you say a word, I am required to inform you that formal complaints cannot be filed until the customer feedback system is back online. I have been told it'll be up and running in 2 weeks, but you know how these things are. I am sorry for any potential inconvenience. Also, if you're here about a corporate account, I've been assured that deliveries will be back on schedule soon.
Cool.
You mean besides providing a pleasant face for customers to interact with? It's all in the name. We distribute materials and products all around the United Colonies. Never a dull moment. Always something going on, and 4 other things we need to be ready for. I know some people don't believe it, but we really do the best we can. Wouldn't still be working here if I didn't care. You're always welcome back, if you don't mind a bit of a
The
wait.
thing about this is that all these people, like in all these places that I've been to so far, all these corporations and businesses, I don't know what I'm gonna say. Something about how they all sound like really upbeat and happy to be working there. But then that's a lie, because some of them aren't. But it's just you get the characters like this who talk about, would you like the corporate speak, if you know what I mean? Where they're really saying, oh, we're happy to work at this place. And then it's like, for some of them, it seems like that they actually think it, if you know what I mean. Like Bethesda doesn't have the nuance of thinking that, or not, maybe not the nuance, but the agenda that it's actually quite nice to work for a big corporation or something, but in reality it's probably shit. But then I don't know, because then some people are like, oh, well, that's just what the company wants me to say, like that one coffee bloke or whatever. Maybe I'm just talking out my arse. But just the way she was talking made me think, yes, she sounds like she's really happy working for this big corporation. But maybe Bethesda are just... Since, look, I'll be honest, I have a bit of a preconception about Bethesda games, that they're not the best about handling subtlety and nuance. It's all very much like, oh, you're this person who has a destiny to do this great thing, and you can either do it in an explicitly good way or an explicitly evil way, like the only options you have are either good or bad. There's no sort of in-between, there's no sort of grey. And so that's kind of what I come to associate some Bethesda games with. Like, it's either, I don't know, it's all just like one or the other, it's not nothing in between, you know what I mean? And so when I see Flash here, the corporation NPCs saying how great their corporation is, it's like, maybe Bethesda wrote them to actually believe that, and they didn't write in the nuance of, maybe they're just saying that to appease the corporation, or whatever.
Of what?
If you know what I mean. Once again, I could be just talking completely out of my arsehole. But, I don't know, I didn't write this game. I'm only playing it. But I think this is the last place that we well, not have to, but last place to visit on this top floor here, and then we can start heading down.
I do hope you are enjoying your time in New Atlantis. There is simply no parallel to the food you will find here. One taste, and I'm sure you'll agree. The Dawn's Roost represents the highest quality, from the ingredients to the decor. No expense is spared. Anyone who has sampled our offerings will assure you it is all worth it.
Is that so?
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Enjoy the rest of the day.
Mystery drink for you to try? Don't.
Don't. What was that for, mate? What are you upset about? Ooh. Kinda wanna risk jumping over to there, but fuck it. Ooh, I just remembered there's a mission board in, I was about to say the Confederate place, but the Constellation place. Go check that out real quick, and then we'll start heading downwards. Hopefully getting rather, more quests as we go. You know what, might as well have a little look. Viewport, Yumi, Pioneer Tower, that's where we just were. Scientists by the tree. So there is something to do. Well, where are my... or rather my characters? Mother and father. Or, you know, father and father, or mother and mother, or whoever my parents are. I'm gonna bet that Bethesda's going with the mother and father situation. Not that that's a bad thing necessarily. I didn't have an option to choose the genders of my parents. I just had the option to choose the gender of myself. So I guess... am I even saying anything with that? Or am I just... being an idiot? These are some nice slippers.
What? Well, I'll be.
He looks younger than me.
Honey, we got ourselves a visitor.
He looks younger than my
get the coffee
character.
Oh, my God. Oh, you about gave me a heart attack.
Not that we're not thrilled to see you, son, but I thought you were under contract with Argos Extractors. Is everything all right?
Yes, I got a new job with Constellation.
Constellation? Is this one of those candid camera vids? A joke?
My child is a member of Constellation. I just knew you were special.
Yes, we're special, because we are destined to find out the secrets of the universe or whatever. You're making me blush.
Well, I know what I've read about in the news. The explorers. Years ago, there was a stretch where Constellation was in fashion. People would gossip about them all the time. I must say it's been a while since I've heard anything about them, though. Glad to know they're still around.
They're still around, alright.
Oh, say again? I should record that and play it back. Mom, you were right. Oh, but you didn't give me
Parent
any
and
notice.
child
If
humour.
I'd known I'd have your favorite meal in the oven. And your room is just a mess. Although that's how you left it.
Easy, honey. Let the boy catch his breath. Why don't you settle in? You know you're
Excuse
always...
me. This person is a boy, is he? Hold on, let's take my helmet off. This person is a boy. He looks like he could be your brother, father. Doesn't he? We got the same nose. Hold on. Come on, mate.
You've been given a precious opportunity. Seize it and never look
Yeah,
back.
we've got the same nose. Apparently I look quite like my dad in real life. So does my brother.
The
We
house
both
feels
look like our
alive
dad.
again now that you're here.
Indeed, I saw a picture of my dad from, I don't know, this would be like 30 odd years ago, probably more, when he was quite young. And I looked at it and I thought, bloody hell, that's my brother, that is. But no, it was my dad. The wooden duck. I forgot about the wooden duck. I'll take this one as well.
Where's the tissue paper?
You don't know where that is?
I knew where it was. Top shelf of the pantry. But it's not there anymore.
No, I moved them to the...
Guess this is my room then, if there's a plushie in here. High school backpack. Note from Mum. Mom. I patched up your old high school backpack, good as new. Oh. So I guess, is this like the perk for having your parents? Is that they give you a really good backpack? Well, we'll see how much. I'm at 145 now. That's not fucking worth it, is it? 10? Parsec Pooch.
Everyone in my poker night is going to hear about you. I still can't believe it. Constellation. The stories make them seem so exotic, so, well, romantic almost.
You didn't believe me a second
How's
ago.
it for real? You liking it?
So far, so good. Let's do this
It's
one.
funny how you can live years where the days all blend together. But then out of the blue, whammo, everything's different. I've got some news of my own. You are now officially looking at a retiree.
Congratulations.
Taught my final class last Thursday. The faculty threw me a party and everything. It's too bad you weren't here then. You could have had some cake.
You always tell me life is a classroom, so looks like I'll never retire.
I gave it my good old college try. You see what I did there?
I didn't like
Enough
that
about
laugh.
Anything you want to talk about before you have to go? I mean,
With his mouth moved.
Stay as long as you like, but I imagine you're all excited to get to discovering. Planning a proper, honest-to-goodness vacation. Nothing too fancy. I've been promising your mom a trip for years, and I got no excuses now. Your mother's been sending me links all day about such and such deals and excursions, but it'll be good to get out. You know, it's supposed to be us taking care of you, right? I'd like to say we'll pay you back the money you sent home. Well, I appreciate it. We appreciate it. More than you know.
Don't worry. Don't worry, Dad. I know things are
Retirement's
tough.
treating me well, but
In
there
this
are some
economic
days I
climate.
almost missed the class for a
Climate.
Don't say anything to your mom about this, but she got some work done at Enhance. She keeps looking younger every day, I tell her. Not that I mind. It's good to have you home.
Her mother.
I still can't get over you being here. And it's not even Mother's Day. So, I gotta ask, is there anyone special in your life? With you being
Well,
in
there's a
Constellation now,
robot called Vasco that I'm quite attached to.
quite the catch.
The way he vibrates him when he gets stuck in walls and how he rides the ship from the outside. It's certainly breathtaking.
Just so you know, your dad cannot wait to be a grandpa. So don't keep him or me waiting too long. I know. I won't get into more right now.
Well, now I see that it's true. Mothers have an irresistible urge to interfere in their children's love life.
How about you keep your beak out of this, Sarah, eh? These are my parents I'm talking about.
Consider this your home away from home.
Your bed is always yours, no questions asked.
You don't see me,
I will
like,
ask
butting in
questions,
and
but you
commenting on your life and the things you do you? You know why? Because you're a follower, and you don't matter.
No bother at all. Stay as long as you like. Anything you want to talk about, dear?
What are you up to
Now that
these
we're both
days?
retired, you mean? I keep trying to push your father to do things. Dance lessons, vacation, take some courses. I'm really interested in early colonial art. But he's
Colonizers, colonization.
clam reading in his chair for hours. Wants to know
Scramble
the
for
history
Africa,
of
maybe? Is that what you're interested in?
It's nice to have time to do.
Probably not. Probably more like planetary colonizing.
Oh, ain't that the truth? With both of our pensions, we still couldn't afford it. But with what you send home, well, we get by. And of all the places we've lived, New Atlantis is just so full of culture and
I still can't get over that it's called New Atlantis. Surely that infers, one of those two, that there is an actual Atlantis, rather. So I'm putting it out there now, to everyone, to the one person watching right now, and whoever watches this afterwards, if anybody does, this Starfield has Atlantis in it.
One of your old
And if we don't go
classmates,
there,
junior VP at
then
Bank.
0 stars.
Bragging for hours. Can't wait to tell him about Constellation. You tired? You look tired. I missed you so much, darling.
I told you my left.
Is that an aquarium or like...
Sandra contacted me again. They still want you to consult, don't they?
All right.
Do you regret it?
Dancing it
I
is.
love you all the more.
Are they like overlapping?
Like fit for a toddler.
What do you call an aquarium when it's not like for fish, it's for something else? I don't know. Planetarium? No, that's with planets in it, obviously. I don't know. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? Visiting the folks and all that.
Doing?
Shooting a shotgun. What do you think I'm doing? BJ's, what's this? Don't think we've been in here.
Come on, thanks for stopping by. What brings you in? Nice and steady, just the way I like it. I've got a good location, plenty of foot traffic, and a ton of people who are in a hurry and need to make a quick stop for the essentials. Things keep going this way, I'm gonna start opening franchises all over.
He reminds me of someone too.
You kidding me? Nowhere else like it in the settled systems. First time I came here as a kid, I knew I was gonna come back and make my mark on this city. Nowhere I'd rather be. And now that I've got this place up and running, it's all coming together. Have a good one.
Open 49 hours. Alrighty then. We'll head back to Constellation, have a sleep, have a look at the mission board, and then we shall then go on back to what's it, to keep going down into the city to find quests. As I mentioned at the start of this, you know, the way I do these sort of big open world games with a lot of content is to... What am I doing? I wasn't thinking. Oh well, we'll do this then. Is to go around and like go around a big hub area and like do everything in it. You know what I mean? Before, like, get every quest and get every task and all that before moving on to the next one. Well, obviously after doing all said quests and tasks. Oh jeez, look at that. Whoops. Sorry. Didn't mean to do that. Just put it there. Wasn't me, honestly. The cat knocked it over. You even got a cat. Alright then, 0 progress reports. Progress or progress? I guess that was it then. Probably for like some quest or something. I have to go and hack into the engineer's computer to mess about with all their files.
Please let me... You won't find a larger array of options in all the settled systems, I guarantee you. I will tell you a secret. I'm not sure anyone really does. Some act like they have it all figured out, and I admit I am guilty of that myself from time to time. There are, I suppose, a few actively trying to steer the herd, but most are just content to run at the front of the pack and act like they know where it's going. At the end of the day, you must feel comfortable in what you wear. If it speaks to you, what anyone else thinks doesn't matter. Would you buy from someone who is not? I know what I like. I have a good sense of what most other people like, and the rest is just making sure they're pleased with their purchase. It's clothing, not grav drive tech. Your patronage is appreciated.
That was fun. Wasn't it, Sarah?
Are you shooting at flies now?
Just having a bit of fun. Hey, mate?
Say those Varun zealots worship a snake. But let me tell you, it ain't a snake.
What happened there? Oh, she jumped over. What was that all about?
Real hell if I know, but they think it is. And that makes them dangerous.
We're here. Perhaps we should check in with Matteo or Noel.
Now this is history. Would you look at this?
Guess my parents are here for some reason.
But maybe they shouldn't stay for long.
Well, it's not up to me, is
It's
it?
been quieter around here ever since Vladimir went to live on the Eiffel.
Wish you could slide in this game, that would be fun. Okay, sleep till morning again.
Rest well, I hope. We need to talk to John Tuala in Mast.
Alright, keep your air on, keep your air on. Excuse me. Now where's this mission board you were blathering on about earlier? Will it be down here? In the secret lair? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's like a child's room. Lubricant? What would a child need with lubricant? Anyway, where is this mission board that you were talking about? Research. Extended mag Eon, eh? And since we got it, might as well install it. Oh no, it's a gun. I thought it was an extended magazine for different one of my weapons. Oh well. But indeed, yeah, where's the mission board?
As much as I love uncovering new
The
questions.
board of missions, if you will.
I am at your service, Captain. Captain, now that you are a member of Constellation, I am at your service. No additional protocols necessary. Also, given the likelihood that you will be out in unsettled space, it might be beneficial to go over exploration outpost development, in case you ever need to build a base for field research.
What do you mean?
The exploration of an unknown planet can be a major undertaking. By building an outpost, you will be able to construct scanning equipment, resource extractors, and defenses. It is even possible to set up multiple outposts capable of manufacturing, allowing you to build advanced equipment. The scan booster is the most obvious, as it will enable you to detect landmarks and other points of interest from further away. Beyond that, extractors will allow you to collect raw materials of various types, while fabricators enable the manufacturing. A particularly prosperous outpost may even warrant the construction of cargo links, allowing you to share resources between other outposts you have built.
How do I know if a planet
Planetary
has the
scan
resources I
will
need?
reveal the presence of key inorganic resources, although rarer elements will be harder to find without training. And while a scan may detect the presence of life on a planet, you will have to analyze the native plants and animals yourself to know what compounds they produce. The blueprints you need to construct an outpost should already be on your watch. It
My
will automatically connect to any
My
available
Apple
materials
Watch.
for construction in your ship's
Would
cargo.
Google have a watch?
My primary function has been to support and protect Barrett during his travels. I am currently unable to do so.
What's he doing
That is
anyway at
as
the moment?
capable as I can be of missing anyone. I believe Barrett would find your question amusing. My methods of achieving my primary goals are dictated solely by my programming, and are not subject to the same whims as humans. Even if I wished it, I could not approach it any other way. Also, I am incapable of wishing.
Okay then.
I arrived along with many material goods purchased by the group's previous chair. Malcolm Livingstone. Despite several significant system replacements and upgrades, I have been online for 43 years.
Interesting.
Captain Dave, I will proceed to my assigned post.
Manage my crew. Cool, I guess. Guess he's part of my ship's crew now. Lovely. Now look. Vera, you mentioned a mission board for missions to do. I don't bloody see one. What are you playing at, eh? Were you lying to me? Were you trying to trick me? Because I don't like it, let me tell you. I do not. Bit of a shit mirror, innit? Or is it supposed to be art? Is this supposed to be the mirror? Who cares? I think it's safe to say that I am indeed ticked off. And that's all I have to say about that. Could clean the place up a bit, you know. Like, you keep saying that it's annoying that people feel as if the constellation's no longer a thing. Well, what do they expect when they look at this? They expect an abandoned building. You know, all I'm saying is maybe tidy things up a bit. Now, there was an activity to talk to a scientist by a tree. I wonder if that tree is nearby. And indeed it is. Hello, my friend. Kelton Thrush.
I'm sorry, I really can't afford to be distracted. I need to get to the bottom of this.
Something wrong? You seem concerned, my friend.
Concerned is an understatement. I work for the scientific division of MAST. I've been studying this tree for quite some time, and it appears to be exhibiting some worrying signs. Are you familiar with this particular specimen? Do you understand its
This guy
importance?
looking in the background.
Look, I have a lot of work to do here. If you're just going to gawk, I'd ask that you move on. If you can actually assist me, however, I would appreciate
What's he looking at?
I don't normally solicit help from random passersby.
He's looking at us, isn't he?
It seems an exception is necessary. Would you be willing to retrieve some additional data?
What are you doing, you nosy prick, eh? Don't try and hide it. I can tell. You want to know what we're doing, don't you? Cheeky sod.
Well, thank you. That's unexpected. There's a series of biosensors
I can't get over it. Look at him.
Atlantis, all calibrated to gather pertinent information. They've been running for long enough that I think it's time to collect and
That's it. On your way.
If you would bring them to me, that would save time.
That's the most suspicious man I have never seen. Okay, what did he tell us to do? Set course. Whoops. I don't know, I think I did the right thing. Anyway, got stuff to collect. Finally doing a proper mission, folks. Albeit seemingly rather simple one.
You have a nice day now.
I can't be a part of this.
Needed a bit of excitement. Oh, here they come. Ooh, 1,500, that's a lot. Oh.
What's wrong with you?
Tell you what's wrong with me. I've got a bullet hole in my arse. Okay, let's track that back. Apologies for that. Apologies, sir. Anyway, let us continue on with our task of looking at tree bits. Okay, found another biosensor. I wish that the little boost pack thing made you increased its verticalness a bit. It takes you a little bit higher, but not much, and I wish it was a bit more vertical in its thingo, velocity, ejection, whatever the fuck. Another biosensor down, so... How many, does it say how many we need? See how many there are. Guess there's some more at the commercial district. Which I think is only just over there, like we don't need to take a tram there or anything. We just jog over there, I'm pretty sure. I do believe I'm correct in that assumption. There's no markers now, so what does that mean? Does that mean we've finished it? Oh, guess we are gonna take the tram. Guess I was wrong in where I thought things were. Commercial district. District set aside for commerce. Yeah, but right here we could walk to it. For God's sake, I hate that. When it's like, there's a clear path that you can walk to, but the game makes you take like whatever transport system it has. It's annoying.
Who are you seeing? It's not like we're doing anything wrong. Hey, are you looking for eggs too? I've only found one so far, but I want to find more before anyone else does. So if you see some, can you tell me?
It's none of their business what I do.
Okay, well, if I see any of those, I'll tell you. And you can tell me if you find any eggs. Miss Seng over at UC Distribution bought the one I found, and she said she might buy more if I can find them. I could really use the credits.
Oh, so he thinks they're eggs. But they're not eggs, they're biosensors. And Miss Zeng, I think, is what he said, took them. Or bought them, or whatever.
I'm afraid, due to recent legislative action, I'm no longer able to allocate ships. I can, however...
General goods? Well, I didn't realise you got promoted.
Welcome to UC Distribution. Something I can do for you? Who, Jordan? That kid's in here every other day with some random thing he found. Trying to get credits. Yeah, I took pity on him. Why, what is it? Oh, really? Well, you can have it back for what I paid for it, plus a little extra.
Trying to shake me down, I see.
Jeez, fine. Just take it. It's not worth the trouble.
Suck it.
Back to it then.
Cool. Got all the shit.
Working at the distribution.
Sarah Morgan. Mr. Anderson. Whenever I hear, like, the name of someone as Anderson, I always think of Hugo Weaving saying, Mr. Anderson, in The Matrix.
Working at the Office of Interstellar Affairs.
I really do need that
honestly
additional
my dream
data.
job.
Recent scans of the tree have suggested that a significant portion of the interior is liquefied. Obviously, some small percentage of its internal workings is always liquid to allow for the transfer of nutrients and so forth, but this? Well, I've never seen anything like it. If it continues to increase, I'm concerned the entire tree may collapse. And I'm also worried about other secondary effects. If the time comes, I will certainly attempt to alert the appropriate people in Mast. If I have more data, though, my concerns might carry some more weight.
It's all about data.
It's...
Da 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 da
I'd very
da.
much like to see the additional data.
Fucking
before I say
stupid that,
more.
innit? I forget which thing it is. Maybe it's Telstra? I don't know. Their stupid song about data. Fuck off, that's so annoying. Don't know why I'm getting so angry about it, but it just is, you know?
I initially suspected the same thing.
I don't think
However,
it's
upon
Telstra.
inspection, that
Can't
conclusion
remember who it
seemed
is.
unreasonable. This
One of those
species tree,
telecom
while
companies,
rare, is
anyway.
not entirely dissimilar to other trees in the area. If a parasite were to be feeding on this species, I would expect the other trees to exhibit this strange behavior as well. In any case, I'll have to analyze all of the data to be sure.
You'll get to the bottom of
Appreciate
this.
your confidence. The sooner I have all the available data, the sooner I can make an assessment.
All your senses right here,
So
love.
you do. Wonderful. I'll just take these, and we'll see what they have to tell us.
Yeah.
We'll just upload the data. Give it a moment.
We just have to stand here. Is that what he means by waiting?
And just another moment. It is working, isn't it? There it is.
Beep, beep. I'm a sheep. I said beep, beep. I'm a sheep.
Now let's see. This is... well, it's... oh my.
What happened?
Seems my concerns were valid all along.
Well, there's good news and bad news. The good news is that my suspicions were correct. There is something wrong with the tree. I will report my findings to Mast immediately with no small amount of satisfaction. The phrase, "I told you so," may even be uttered more than once. Yes, it does feel good to be right. Particularly when others have attempted to convince you otherwise. Repeatedly. The bad news, as it were, is that the internal composition of the tree is changing. In this particular case, the tree is now regularly emitting ultra-low frequency sound waves. They're nearly imperceptible now, but they're growing in strength. This is something we've never observed before. Depending on how large these waves grow, consequences for the city could be disastrous. I must consult with my colleagues in Mast at once. Thank you for your assistance. I hope these credits are adequate compensation.
Cheers. Thanks for the cash, my friend. And, with that, I think I might leave things here for now. Thank you for watching. This has been Starfield. We shall continue on next time, hunting for more quests and embarking on new adventures in this place, as Captain Dave Bubbles here. Look at him. He's an old man. Again, thank you. I have been JPArquebus, but you can call me Jack. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.